Alright, we have another example where we're going to use synthetic division. Now, I mentioned in the previous part that the degree and the coefficient of our divisor has to be 1. In this case, it is. We have the invisible 1 for the exponent and the invisible 1 in front of the variable. So we are good to go with synthetic division. Now, before we do any dividing, always ask, do you have any missing terms? Let's check. Since we started with m to the 5th, let's count down. From 5 to 4, we're good. From 4 to 3, I don't have a 3, so I need to fill that in. So let's fill that in. Alright, so since I didn't have m to the 3rd, I'm going to put plus 0 m to the 3rd. Now after to the 3rd should come the 2m squared. I didn't have that in the original problem, so I'm going to also fill in 0m squared. And then after that should be m to the 1 power. I do have that one, which is right here. So plus 3m to the 1 power plus 24. And then our divisor. So, we're good to go. I got all my terms, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and then constant number. Good to go. Alright, so let's set it up. The first one, m plus 7. Since I set it equal to 0, I'm going to solve for it. So minus 7, minus 7. M's equal to negative 7. Alright, I'm going to set it up. Negative 7. Then I'm going to use the coefficients. So 1, positive 7, 0, 0, 3, and 24. Let me redo that one. Alright. So again, I pull the numbers from the coefficient over here. So I bring down the first number, 1. So I do negative 7 times 1, which is just negative 7. Then I put it over here. So since it's negative, it's basically 7 minus 7, which is just 0. And then I do negative 7, repeat the process, times 0, which is just 0. Alright, 0 with the 0, another 0. Repeat the process, negative 7 times 0 is 0, so put it over here. 0 with a 0, when I combine them, will be 0. Then repeat the process again. Negative 7 times 0 is another 0. Alright, 3 doesn't matter, it could be plus or minus, so I could just write plus. 3 plus 0 is just 3. Alright, then repeat the process one more time, so negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. And then bring it over here, negative 21. So since it's negative, I'm going to do 24 minus 21, which will be 3. And that is our remainder. So now we're going to use the numbers as coefficient and fill in for our final answer. Since I started with m to the 5th power, our answer will start with 1 less of the exponent. So 1 m to the 4th power plus 0 m to the 3rd plus 0 m to the 2nd plus 0 m to the 1st power. Then after that is just a regular number, so since it's positive, plus 3. Here's our remainder, since it's positive, so plus. The remainder is in the numerator of the fraction, and then the divisor is in the denominator. Now, if you write like this, I'll still accept it because it's okay to write 0m to the third. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's another case you can write it. You can write the answer without the 0. So, and since I have a 1 in front of the m4, we don't have it. I mean, you don't have to write it. You could leave it as an invisible 1. So, m to the 4th. And then since these are zeros, I don't have to write it. I'm going to put plus 3 and then plus the fraction. And then that's it. So again, it doesn't matter to me if you write it with the zeros or you write it without it. Just be very careful when you're making your answer from synthetic division. And here's why. See how we had 3 zeros in our answer? This one tells us that for m to the third, the coefficient is 0. M squared, the coefficient is 0. For m1, the coefficient is 0. So this 3 was just our constant number. So repeat, this 3 was just our constant number. If you would have wrote m to the 4th plus 3m to the third power, then the answer would have been wrong. The 0 helped inform us that for m to the third, m squared, m to the 1 power, or just m, the coefficient was 0. Then we just had m to the 4th and the 3 with the remainder, which is right here.